just got access to an AI tool and you type in a prompt and you get back something that's almost what you wanted, maybe 70% there. What do? Do you go back and try to edit and fix what the AI gave you, or do you go back to try to write a better prompt? Most beginners get this completely wrong, and it quietly holds them back for long. In this video, I'm going to show you what to learn first, why the order matters more than most people realize, and I'm going to show you the difference live. If you're brand new to AI tools, whether that's ChatGPT, Claude, Midjourney, any of them, this video is for you. I remember when I first started, I would get an output from the AI, and if it wasn't perfect, my first instinct was to just fix it manually, like I was editing a document someone else wrote, and the result were fine. But I was doing it the hard way. Here's what no one tells beginner. AI tools are not assistants that hand you a rough draft. They're more like a very powerful machine that responds to instruction. The quality of the instruction in your prompt determines almost everything. So today, we're going to break it down. What is prompting? What is editing? Why prompting comes first, and how to build our skills from day one. Let me paint a picture. A beginner sit down and type something like, write me a caption for my Instagram post about my new product. The AI gives them something generic. Maybe it's too long, too formal, doesn't sound like them at all. What does the beginner do? They start editing, cutting sentences, rewriting their tone, adding their own flair. Half an hour later, they come up with something decent. Now here is the problem. They didn't learn anything about the tools. They use AI tools like a slightly faster version of doing it themselves. But here is what a more experienced creator does instead. They go back to the prompt and they type something like, write a punchy 2-sentence Instagram caption for a skincare product launch. Tone, casual, a little cheeky, no hashtag. Target audience, 25 to 35 who already know skincare basics. They run it again. This time they come up with something they can actually use, or something that is 95% there instead of 70%. So the difference isn't the AI, the difference is the instruction. Editing a bad output is like trying to fix a dish that was made from a wrong recipe. The better move is to improve the recipe first. Let's properly define what we're talking about. A prompt is any instruction you give to an AI. It could be 1 sentence or 10 paragraphs. It's the input. And prompting is the skill of writing those input in a way that reliably gets you what you want. Think of it like this. If the AI is a world-class chef, the prompt is the order you make. If you say, make me something good, you might get anything. But if you say, make me a medium rare steak, no sauce, with roasted vegetable ready in 20 minutes, you are going to get something close to what you actually wanted. There are 4 things that separate a weak prompt from a strong one. 1. Specificity. The more details you give, the better. Don't say, write a blog post. Say, write a 500-word blog post for a beginner audience about why morning routines help with creativity. Casual tones with 3 practical tips. 2nd, context. Give the AI background. Who is the audience? What's the purpose? What platform is this for? 3rd, format instruction. Tell it how you want your output structured. Bullet points, paragraph, headache, character limits. Be explicit. 4th, tone and voice. Professional but friendly. Conversational, like talking to a friend. Bold, direct, no fluff. AI tools respond incredibly well to tone direction. When you combine all 4 of these, your output quality jumps significantly. And here is the key, you can get there without editing a single word. Now I want to be fair. Editing is not useless. It's an important part of the workflow, but only when you know how to prompt. Here is when editing is the right tool. 1. When you need to inject your personal voice. AI can get close to how you actually sound, but sometimes you will want to swap in a phrase, a specific joke, a reference only your audience will get. That's editing, and that's great. 2. When you're polishing for publication, final tweaks, a word here, a researcher here, to make something truly yours. That's a valid use of editing. 3. When the AI gives you a strong 90%, but the last 10% is highly personal. Maybe it's a specific statistics you want to add, or a personal story. Edit that in. The problem is when beginners use editing as a substitute for prompting. When you're editing 40 to 50% of the output, rewriting sentences, changing the structure, rethinking the whole angle, that's a sign the prompt wasn't strong enough. You're doing the AI job for it. The goal is to write a prompt so good that editing becomes optional, not mandatory. Once you build that skill, Editing becomes a finishing touch, not a rescue operation. Here is the framework I want every beginner to follow. 3 steps in order and always. Step 1. Write your best first attempt at a clear, specific, detailed prompt. Don't rush this. Spend 2 to 3 minutes just on the instruction before you even hit send. Step 2. Iterate. The output isn't right. Don't edit. Go back to the prompt. Ask yourself, what was missing? Was the tone off? Was I too vague about the format? Was the contents unclear? Adjust the prompt. Run it again. Most of the time, your second or third prompt will give you something genuinely usable. Step 3. Edit to finish. Only when your prompt has done its job do you go back and make a final adjustment. Here is the real reason this order matters. When you learn how to prompt well first, you're building a skill that transfers everywhere. Every AI tool you ever use will respond to good prompt. Every workflow you build will be faster, and you will start depending on editing to save your output, which means you will work 3 to 5 times faster than someone who skipped these steps. So prompting or editing first, prompting every single time. Use the 4 elements: specificity, contents, format, and tone. Follow the 3-step framework: prompt, iterate, then edit to finish. Do that constantly for 2 weeks, and I promise you will notice a real shift from how fast you work and how good your outputs are. If this helped, drop a comment below. Tell me what you're using the AI for. I read every comment. And I have a part 2 coming up where I walk through the best beginner subscription to start with. Hit subscribe because that one is coming up next. See you there.